It is currently like 1 in the morning and I want to get this thing ready for the first test run tomorrow. So let's just go ahead and start installing everything. We got to do our clutch, our kick, our water pump cover, and a couple other things. So let's just get right to it. So let's actually just start by installing the kickstart gear right here. We're going to put it in like this and then stretch this spring all the way to that hole. I also forgot to mention there's this little hook spring right here. I honestly have no clue, but it looks like it sits right here in the case. So we're going to put it in that little notch. We got it installed. I'm pretty sure that spring looks a little bit goofy. Let's actually move on to the clutch and the power valve governor. You know what? I'm actually going to line that case up with the motor. That way we can see if this actually turns over good. I don't want to have to throw this all together and then our kicker doesn't work. That would be horrible. Yes, without a gasket. And now I can actually test and see if that kickstart assembly works. I'm pretty sure everything's working correctly, so I think we can move on with this build. Now that we got the case pulled off, we can actually go ahead and install the clutch. So before you put your clutch on, there's actually a washer right there. And then there's this bushing, and then there's this needle bearing. And I don't know where you've been, but if you didn't see the video, I actually repacked my clutch, so this thing's ready to get thrown on. We're going to gently slide it onto that shaft right there, and you want to make sure that these two gears actually line with this gear and that gear right there. And there we go, the clutch is on the YZ125 engine. You guys say I'm dragging it, but I've done so much today after I got out of school. We got the throttle on and connected. We actually got our fuel lines all routed up. And now we're about to have this covered on and ready to go. So we got a lot done today. Y'all gotta realize I'm still a kid in school. Working in the garage is not every day of my life. I just watched that footage back and I said every day of my life. Yes, I do wrench every day of my life. Just not every second of my day. So let's just continue. As simple as it is, we're going to take this governor gear right here, and we're just going to slip it right into that bearing. Just like that. Maybe we should probably finish installing our clutch. I got one of these brand new crush washers, OEM. You're supposed to replace these when you actually take them off. There's 2 tabs on the side of the washer, and I think anyone with a brand would realize that those 2 notches go into those 2 notches, so let's actually just do that. And then we could just put our clutch nut on, and then we're just going to torque it to spec. Let's just squeeze this washer. That does not look nice, but it's not supposed to. It's just to hold that nut in. You know, just in case a torque spec didn't work. Now we could just go ahead and install the front of the clutch. So this is how this piece actually came out of the motor. It's got like 4 extra washers. I don't know if that's some type of mod or something, but they gotta go. It's apparently only supposed to be a washer, the thrust bearing, and then another washer. So that is very strange to me. If we need to put it back, I will. But let's actually put this piece in the upper pressure plate, and then we could just go ahead and line it up and slip it on. And then we're going to put our clutch springs in. These are brand new springs from EBC. Not the best, but they work. So now we can just go ahead and install the 5 bolts for the clutch. And fine, I will use a